Hi guys, this is Billy from Fear to Stop. Behind me on the couch is my beautiful and very pregnant wife Dana. Hi.
Hey,
And inside is our son Austin. He'll be with us in 3 months. So, ready to rock and roll there. Hope everybody's doing good. If you're new to the channel, we are a band. The three of us, well, not Austin yet. It's a little ways away. Probably be replacing me. But the two of us are soon to be 15-year-old daughter Jamie, passage of time kicking our ass there, and our friend slash co-founder slash best man slash brother, you name it, Raymond, formed a band with us back in 2001, and our friends D-Net Whistle and Jay Smith, and we've been a band for since 2001. But that's not why you're here. We also talk about other things related to music, and today we're going to talk about a band that's very near and dear to our hearts, the Beach Boys. I personally have been a fan since 1996, which is before many of you guys were even born. That's a year before we started dating, and we've been married for 21 years now, going on 21 years. But damn. For real?
you just aged me.
I aged myself, fool. we're just a year apart. I'm just a year older.
Don't say that.
Believe me, it's messing with my head too.
Don't say that. No.
We met in 1989.
I'm way younger than you.
I was 11 and she was 10.
No.
September 3rd, 1989.
That's not true.
Yep.
No. Dude, I'm 10 years younger than you.
Actually, the funny part is, I remember that's the very first year I remember hearing a Beach Boys song that I can, consciously remember, like, hey, that's who that was, because I looked to see who it was. It was I Get Around, and also, same movie. It was Look Who's Talking.
Yep.
It was When I Grew Up to Be a Man. And both of those. No, you're going to copyright us, fool.
Oh.
Ah, jeez. And then plus I was pretty terrible. That was horrific, actually.
You're horrific.
Your face is horrific, fool. Recognize. I'm just joking. We're an instrumental band. No, I'm just joking. No. Jamie, myself, and occasionally Dean share, split vocals. But that's more recently. But anyway, those two songs really hit me, in the feels. But I didn't really actually go out and start searching for their music, and it's really because of Brian Wilson until 1996, as mentioned previously. But it's funny, when I first became a fan, when you think 1996, that's a long time ago, guys. And it is. I mean, you think about how much the world has changed since then. The internet was just starting to become a real big mass market thing. Very first Beach Boy related message board. It's a whole nother video. I joined. And back then, if you were a Beach Boys fan, you were looked at kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you had to have been there, guys. You really have. And I'm talking to you guys like I'm talking to our younger fans. See, our generation was very concerned about what's cool. And every generation is really when you're young, but ours especially, because when we were Jamie's age, Nirvana was big. Okay, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots, that was the sound.
Yep.
And we just come out of the hair metal era, okay? And, oof, goodness gracious, that stuff did not age well, and The Simpsons was real big in pop culture. This is when it was starting to approach its prime, maybe about another year, but roughly. So the humor was very kind of sarcastic. No, not just humor, but just like everything. It was kind of more like the whole hipster vibe. Kind of really started. The modern day hipster kind of really started in our generation. Okay, Generation X, and things that were too poppy were you were your music had to have an edge to it. I say that in the same year that Rice said Fred, I'm Too Sexy became popular. But that's a whole other video. But pop culture in general had a chip on its shoulder. And that was also the same year that the Beach Boys were on Home Improvement. And here I am, just getting into the band again through Brian Wilson, because Brian had a very he was starting to become popular at that time among my inner circle type of friends. Although not necessarily like me myself, but the type of people I prefer to hang around. We're listening to a lot of stuff like Sonic Youth. And I saw an interview with Thurston Moore, who was from the band, and he mentioned Brian. I was like, okay, like what? And if you're not familiar with Sonic Youth's music, there are a little bit an acquired taste. You either get them or you don't. Okay, which is not really an acquired taste. That's complete opposite. You don't acquire it. You know what? It doesn't matter. I contradicted the hell out of myself. Forgive me. I'll get rid of stink eye. Nah, but it's not what you would call easy listening. Okay? And so for this dude to come up there and talk about this guy who's, I just knew was one of them, was a fat dude with the bald dude in the band, and they sang about surfing, and they're like 80 years old. I mean, that's really all. I know that sounds really stupid now, but that's it. But then when I actually started hearing the music, I was just started, getting into the story, of Brian, and finding out about how these songs were made, and that made me go to my first, Beach Boys related message board back in the early days of the internet. Again, it's a story for another video. And
Cities.
No, it wasn't on GeoCities. Oh my God, it was before that. Actually, it was before GeoCities. I think it was around that time. It was like, anyway, we're getting off the subject. So I started looking at things in a little bit differently, and I had a friend who would mail me cassette tapes of different albums, because they were all out of print by this point. They were reissued on CD around the turn of the decade, and
Turn of the century.
no, turn of the decade, and they didn't last very long. And this is how I heard stuff like, like the Sunflower album, Holland, Friends. No, I'm sorry, not Friends. I actually bought Friends in the store after hearing Sunflower. Bought it at the dearly departed Circuit City. Oh, Jesus. It aged myself big time there. I love Circuit City, real talk. So, I was just started getting into the band. And they made an appearance on Home Improvement.
Oh my God, yes.
Now, Home Improvement, if you're not familiar, was this incredibly lame, but somehow popular at the time, sitcom.
I like watching Home Improvement. Don't you start.
I'm sorry, but the two leads...
It was funny.
It was funny in parts, but the two main characters are the worst thing about the whole show. Tim Allen's character, Tim Taylor, and his wife, Jill, were the worst things about the whole show. She was a... Real talk, guys. If it was in today's generation, their marriage is considered to be very toxic. Okay, real talk. But it's a story of another video. In fact, I think that may be my next rant. But it was this very safe family sitcom. And dare to say, looking back on it now, it may have been more cringeworthy than their appearance in Full House, which I didn't think was possible.
No,
no, and I'm going to tell you why. In Full House, the Beach Boys were there as kind of like, I don't remember, to be honest with you, but they were as the Beach Boys, as, you know, the band and whatever, you know, and all that kind of good stuff. On Home Improvement, they were the Beach Boys, but they were also the neighbor Wilson's cousins. Now,
I mean, that was a bit of a stretch, but that's what made it so funny. That was the joke behind it, though, huh?
And then it's the same one where it comes out his name was Wilson. Really? And the messed up part is, by this point in the band, 1996, the only Wilson in the band was Carl. And he would only be alive for another year and 8 months, I think, by the time the episode aired. That's messed up. So who else? And you're saying, okay, he said it was his cousins, plural. But there was no mention of Brian or Dennis. So it's like, the viewer's like, okay, wait a minute. This is cousin Carl. His other Mike.
Mike.
So wait, so does that mean he's Mike's cousin too? So you look at a family tree. Where the hell did he Where did he come from? If he's a Wilson, but he's a cousin of the Wilsons, is he a Korthoff?
No.
Was there an intermarriage in there somewhere? No, are they Habsburgs or something?
That's not how that works.
It's not how any of it works. But that's the point. That's the point.
No.
That's the point. You don't. And they only did it for a throwaway gag, just to say his name was Wilson.
Right.
That's literally, honey. They completely screwed the family tree. They completely uprooted the family tree just for a little throwaway gag that was literally never mentioned again.
Yeah, but
all right.
Okay, but he could have been like, okay, Wilson's father could have been the brother.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe Murray.
In the words of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying. I mean,
anyway, back to the point.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, they were on there and they were singing. I don't even know what the hell they were singing. All I remember is that one of them wasn't even the Beach Boys song, if I can recall correctly. And I'm looking at this, and this is so cringy, guys. And to use a modern day equivalent, it would be like, I'm trying to think of somebody who's like respected by, oh, Jesus, I'm showing my age now. No, you know what? I'm spending too much time talking about it. Just after this video, go on there, look it up yourself, and just pray, okay? Doesn't matter if you pray to God, to Satan, to your laptop. Doesn't matter. Pray to something. Pray to the porcelain god in the restroom. Is what I would do if I had to watch it again. That's how bad it was, and that almost made me rethink my fandom. Okay. But Brian himself was still considered to be cool, you know, because he wasn't really in the band at this point.
But you gotta tell him how I felt about it.
Oh yeah, she was. She used to give me grief about liking the Beach Boys, okay? Because what would you say about them, hon? What was your thing?
That they were like old people. Basically, I said they were waspy, old people music, still trying to be cool, and you're lame as hell.
Yeah.
That was pretty much what I said.
The messed up part is, this is 1996. Carl was only 4 years older than I am now.
Dude, come on. Why?
Carl was Raymond's age. Almost. By 2 years. He was 2 years older than Raymond, honey. Carl was 2 years older than Raymond the year I became a fan.
That's sad and wrong on so many different levels.
Wait a minute. 3.5. Carl was born in December. So, okay, I'm drinking a kombucha. In case you wonder what the hell I'm drinking. Anyway, long story.
So he get in there.
Shut the hell up.
I got a boo boo.
What the hell? That's another video. Oh my god, it's already at the 15-minute mark. I haven't even got to the whole point of the story.
Okay, well, hurry up.
Yeah, so anyway, to make a long story not quite as long, the Beach Boys were not cool by any stretch of the imagination at that point. Then Carl Wilson died in 1998, and then a whole bunch of stuff happened. All right, and at this day and age, there's a section of fans who are 100% in the camp of Brian Wilson, that he can do no wrong, that everything he does is, gold. And they got the other side, the Mike Love crew. Mike Love being Brian's cousin, as well as, long story. Who basically hate the Brian crew, who are very defensive. That maybe not necessarily that Mike can do no wrong, but when he does wrong, it's not as bad as everybody says. Always making excuses.
Oh.
Let's not go there. Let's not bring politics into it. But we know who that reminds. Yeah, they also, a lot of them share something else in common too. But but aren't you glad I'm not mentioning anything? That was ridiculous.
Dang.
So anyway, lung tissue. So anyway, and as my late father used to always used to say, and an Extreme album actually said once in the album title, the three sides to every story: yours, mine, and the truth. And truth always is something in the middle. But truth be told, Mike and Brian had their ups and downs over the years, to put it mildly, and a lot of it being Mike not necessarily being the best family member or bandmate to Brian. And we'll just leave it at that for now. This is not a place. This is not a time for us to cast. Some bragger tries to put you that way. Sorry. Everybody's going. Oh, that's when. Never mind. Not well. Stop. Hammer time. This is not a time for us to cast judgment. So I'm gonna leave that aside. That's for another video.
Yes, it is.
Quiet you. So it's so divisive that even I took a little bit of sabbatical away from the community. And during that time, the message board that I moderate also went down. Right when I came back, literally the day after I posted for the first time in like 3 months. And it was down for about a month. And during that time away, it caused me to take an honest reappraisal of my fandom. So I know we're approaching the 20-minute mark right now. I'm thinking about putting it to a stop at this point. And you'll thank me. Because tomorrow, you're going to see a different video. Or not, a continuational video. And this one's going to go into how I realized that everything I knew about the Beach Boys was wrong. About place in history. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview on what we're going to be talking about. As you may or may not know, the Beach Boys brand was sold. I think it was last year now. Oh my God, time flies. Time flies like the way the fruit flies, like bananas.
Damn it, I was going to say that.
But I said it first and best. With that sell, it completely changed the course of the Beach Boys as an entity for the better. For the better by a huge amount. And we're at a point in time where, with the exception of the glory days, commercially, this is the best time to be a Beach Boys fan. And I'm gonna explain that in the next video. I know I know you're like, you wasted my time, but I'm sorry, real talk. I had to give you guys kind of like a little bit of a background because once we actually get into it, it's gonna get kind of heated, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be very controversial. So many people watching this are gonna be very, you're not gonna look, you're gonna be like, nah, this clown is, you know, an idiot. But then other you're gonna be like, yo, I'm with you, pal. You good?
It's getting kind of hectic. It's getting, like,
What the hell is that?
you know, because he said it was getting kind of crucial.
But what the hell is that from? Isn't that from like a song?
I got the power.
You know that's messed up because that's didn't that song come out like the year I met or the year after we met? That's right,
Yeah, I think
1990.
that came out like in 99,
No.
in 90,
Yeah, it should be
or something like that.
the year after we met. My God. So anyway, yeah, it's. I realized that everything we knew as fans has been completely wrong, and we're all fighting.
You don't want that. I'm sorry.
And we're fighting over stuff that really doesn't matter anymore. And it's gonna be great, guys. I'm excited. I'm getting goosebumps over here because it's a chance to finally clear up some misconceptions.
Could that be the shingles?
I haven't had a shingles outbreak in 7 years. Damn it.
Wow.
It'd be
You just
8 years.
jinxed yourself.
I hope Austin kicks you really hard. Too bad you passed morning sickness stage, because I bet he'd make you, go ballistic up in there. So anyway.
Oh, don't be mad, babe.
It's fun. So yeah, anyway, guys. I'm looking forward to it. And it's something I'm very passionate about. And it helps having a teenage daughter. So anyway, guys, she helps keep me young. But anyway, guys, till next time. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good golf, good tennis, whatever makes you happy. Anything you want to add?
I was gonna say
Oh God.
how you gotta tell them how you turned me on to the Beach Boys, like how I knew them, and
Well, goodness gracious.
but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, that'll go to another thing
Yeah,
because
that's
we
another-
really, because what we want to do is we want to get Jamie involved. She's, like I said, she's 14 going on 15 in July. She'll be 15. And she kind of helped me a lot perspective-wise, too. And, yeah, it's going to be great, guys. We're looking forward to it. See y'all later. Peace.